They like how you so cool, how you so fly, how you so fresh, you ain't even gotta try. Y'all pump faking, I ain't even gotta lie. Hit 'em with the hits, game winner switch in.
Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfort Eagles. Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
The IHSAA boys basketball season is upon us here on the ISC Sports Network, and we tip it off just like we do every single year. It's the Frankfort Hot Dogs, the Clinton Prairie Gophers, and it heads your way momentarily here on the ISC Sports Network. We welcome you inside our pregame show brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. Joined by Pete Gasho and Doug Wood, we have a special presentation for you tonight. I am Sean Walker, and excited we're going to welcome you in here to the ISC studios. Got some good-looking gentlemen to my right here this evening. And fellas, I've got Clinton Prairie represented. I've got a former Frankfort hot dog representative. I'm going to play the buffer. I should have probably sat in between you two just to make sure we're not elbowing in the ribs over there, boxing out. But, gentlemen, we got some exciting. Pete, I'll start with you. The Gophers they've historically, especially over the last 5 to 10 years, they have had wonderful regular seasons. They've fallen to that heartbreak in the tournament. This year, though, they've got all the right pieces in the right places to make a tournament run, and kind of in a favorable sectional there where, man, they're looking for that first one since 1982.
Absolutely. Coach Peck went with 18-4 last year. They dropped the sectional game to Central Catholic.
Yep.
And that was a tough one, but of course Central Catholic, they always come ready to play. So, it's one of those things is now we're getting into 1A sectional. Get rid of Central Catholic. They got a great chance this year. Alex Farley, he's come now over to Clinton Prairie. You got McGraw, and I think you got another key player in there. You got Ryan Harshbarger. He's another guy that can get it done for the Gophers. So if there's a year, this is that year for the Gophers, maybe to make that turn and get that sectional victory.
We'll detail the starting lineups a little bit more as the game goes along here, but the Gophers tonight, they are going to start 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". The shortest player in the starting lineup is 6'2". That is not 1A basketball. That's just absolutely crazy to me.
That's amazing right there to have that height. I think that's going to benefit them this year, especially against a lot of these teams. I mean, how many high school teams you out there that are seeing that are going that big, right?
I want to welcome our TV viewers who have tuned in here on Mulberry Telecommunications and their Mentel TV service. Thanks for joining us during our pregame show brought to us by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. Doug on the other side for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. 4 different head coaches in 4 years. You graduated 3 seniors from a year ago that had such a positive impact on the program. Your leading scorer from a year ago transferred and is now going to be in the uniform across the court from you. You had another player who got key minutes transfer to Carroll. How does Frankfort rebound from all of that? We'll come back to Doug. He's having a little technical difficulty with his microphone here. We'll see if we can't get that straightened out for him. But, to that point, Doug, I know you had to deal with that a little bit during your time as well at Frankfort High School. And, just the turnover as head coach. And now you've got Jake Nerney in his first year. He comes from a collegiate assistant background, but nonetheless, he's right there ready to rock and roll for these hot dogs. And for you, I know that you had some time. You got to talk to him a little bit as this game, built. The anticipation of this game came along. And as you're adjusting your microphone and I'm continuing to stall here, let's go. Let's try this one more time. What do you say? What did Coach Nerney have to say to you, and how did the hot dogs respond here?
Yeah, Coach Nerney was really excited about the team. It's hard coming into a program after losing so many scorers and key players from last year, kind of having to rebuild all in one. Like you said, they lost not just including me, but Kai Kirby and Evan Wainscott. Then Farley's on the opposing side tonight. Carson Hill's at Carroll. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they come out tonight with a completely new squad. But I think Coach Nerney's ready for that challenge tonight, and we'll see how they play.
Let's talk about our keys to victory, brought to us by Mulberry Telecommunications, and experience the Mintel difference. What's the difference going to be in this one? What these teams need to be successful? Doug, first two are on you.
Yeah, keys to the game, turnover battle for both squads. It's the first game of the year. You're going to be jittery. It's a rivalry game. Turning over the ball is going to be huge. You got to take care of the ball if you want to win. Second, for Frankfort, it's going to be push the pace. Don't let Prairie get set in their zone, their 3-2 zone that they're going to play tonight. They are so, as we mentioned earlier, they're a massive team. So if Frankfort gets stuck in a half-court game, it's going to be really tough for them to win tonight.
And Pete, third key. I do not hear you. I hope they can hear you at home, but I'll tell you, the third key tonight, emotion versus emotional, and really what we're talking about there is obviously you got to transfer, right? Alex Farley's going to be on the other side in a different uniform tonight. You got to keep your emotions in check. Doug, you said it best in the locker room. This is a game where coach comes in and he has to try to amp you down versus amping you up, correct?
Yes, sir. That is the biggest thing in this game. Like we said, the coach doesn't need to hype you up for a rivalry game. You're going to be ready to go. The biggest thing is calming your nerves and playing to the best of your ability like you know you can.
We will step aside. We'll take a quick break in our pregame show. When we come back, we'll get you our players to watch. We'll also get you your starting lineup some more right here on ISC.
If you haven't signed up for Mintel Fiber Optic Internet from Mulberry Telecommunications, then you're missing out. We have various packages to choose from and speeds up to a gig. Not to mention each package includes a Wi-Fi 6 wireless router and access to our Mintel Smart Home app, giving you complete control of your network backed by our award-winning customer service. Go ahead and dance till your heart's content in whatever reality you want, even if it's virtual. Mulberry Telecommunications offering the best gig in town. Sign up today at Mintel.net and experience the Mintel difference.
At Day and Ginda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
This holiday season, Mulberry Telecommunications invites you to bake all the Christmas cookies you can while watching your favorite holiday movies on Mintel TV. Go ahead and utilize the full power of your network's reliability and security as you shop online. And while we're on the topic of giving, more and more of the toys we love require Wi-Fi connectivity. However, you can rest assured that Mintel Fiber services have plenty of bandwidth available with gigabit speeds so your loved ones can enjoy the full potential of the gifts you've given. From all of us at Mulberry Telecommunications, we say Merry Christmas.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Welcome back to Clinton Prairie High School. Still prior to tip-off here as Frankfort and Clinton Prairie get set to start their season. Let's talk about our players to watch tonight, brought to us by Tornado Roofing. First up for Frankfort, Doug, who's our selection tonight?
It's going to be Isaac Adams. He's the big guy down low. He's going to be huge for the Hot Dogs. He's one of the few returning players they have from last year's squad. So if they can get him going early and down low on the rebounds, it's going to be huge for them.
On the other side, Pete, this was a pretty easy one right here, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake McGraw, the senior guard, last season had 25 points per game, about 3 rebounds. You see a couple steals in there. So, again, this kid is looking to make a real big mark this year for this Clinton Prairie team if they want to make a run into the sectional. So Jake McGraw, Isaac Adams, I love that pick too. Coach from Frankfort there, he is really high on Isaac Adams, so I really like that call.
Just like the players to watch tonight specialize in their craft, so do the professionals at Tornado Roofing. For more info, visit tornadoroof.com. Let's talk about our starting lineups. First up for the Frankfort Hot Dogs tonight. They will start, and these are a lot of brand new names. Jack Michael, Luke Beardsley, Lucas Wagner saw some varsity minutes last year. R.J. Kornman is a new name. Isaac Adams, the other returner there in the starting lineup for the Frankfort Hot Dogs, and first-year head coach Jake Nerney. On the other side, for the Clinton Prairie Gophers tonight, some firepower, got some more firepower. Jake McGraw, Alex Farley, Ryan Harshbarger, those three right there, kind of a three-headed monster on offense. And then you bring in some guys that aren't afraid to bang down low, secure rebounds, play defense, and give you some points in Nick Curtin and Hunter Haynes. Our starting lineups tonight brought to us by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. And Doug, I want to get your perspective because you had the task of guarding Jake McGraw a year ago, and not to pour some salt in the wounds, but you got into foul trouble in that game. What makes him so hard to guard?
Yeah, he's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever had to guard. Coach Scholl last year gave me the assignment of guarding the best player every game, and Jake McGraw was one of the hardest players I had to guard. He's so smart, knows where he wants to get to. He's a strong player and is really good at creating that contact and get to the foul line.
We want to thank the Frankfort Eagles tonight. They have been serving the community since 1905, and with over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. All eyes on this matchup tonight for a lot of reasons. It's the county rivalry game. It's Frankfort and Clinton Prairie. And then Alex Farley, the leading scorer from Frankfort a year ago, is now in a Clinton Prairie uniform. A little different. Our officials tonight, brought to us by the Farmers Bank. Let's Grow. Chris Coddington, Matthew Miller, and Mike Harlow. Be the gentlemen donning the zebra outfits here this evening and set to jump it up in the middle. It's number 13.
Look at the crowd, Sean. I love it, man. Huge crowd there. You can hear it. And away we go.
Clinton Prairie has the tip-off. They'll handle the basketball first. That's Harshbarger with it. Curtin puts the ball on the deck. Back out top to McGraw. McGraw, one of those special players that come through your program once every so often. And right away, he earns a trip to the free throw line.
Jake McGraw last year got to the free throw line at an insane rate, made 117 free throws. In fact, of his 1,300 points, 1,399, 24% of his points have come at the free throw line.
Number 13, that threw me off a little bit. That is Luke Beardsley this evening. He picked up his first foul.
Dude, that's an amazing stat.
McGraw starts off his season knocking down his first two free throws.
And you got to make those, you know. You can get there, but you got to make them.
This
I like
is
bringing
RJ Kornman.
Yeah, I like bringing the pressure here. The Gophers stepped up the pressure a little bit, getting them at half court.
Coach Jake Nerney high on Kornman. So he's a guy that can handle the basketball. He can score the basketball, shoot it, get it to the rim. That attempt from Frankfort off the mark. Very quickly, McGraw the other way, gets around Beardsley, and he's got two more.
That was a great move down low. Quick step. We get a halt here.
Delay of game warning, touching the basketball after it went through the net there. Once you score, you got to get your butt to the other end. You can't stand around and got the basketball. Standing room only tonight. Look at that. Fans on the baseline. Good hustle here as Curtin knocks this one out of bounds. Head coach Chad Peckinpah in his 6th year at Clinton Prairie, 84-31 record. Now the athletic director there as well. Jack Michael with the basketball out top for Frankfort. They'll get it to Kornman. That's some pretty good size as the Frankfort hot dog. There's Isaac Adams, one of our players to watch. Kornman gonna get the forearm foul there. So called against Ryan Harshbarger.
Yeah, Frankfort's going to have to figure out a better way of attacking this 3-2 zone Prairie's running right now. Not really getting any movement on offense.
We've seen this defense over the last couple of years since Peckinpah's been at the helm of the Gophers, and it's just not something that a lot of teams play. Offensive foul there called on Kornman.
Right, you saw Coach brings it over because his dad played that same defense over there at McCutcheon, and he had a lot of success with it.
Some things you can learn from your old man, right?
Right on, yeah.
Chad, a standout basketball player in his own right.
Absolutely.
An Indiana All-Star. plays college basketball, and McGraw has 6 points early here for the Gophers.
Yeah, McGraw's, getting anything he wants right now underneath the basket. They're going to have to find a way to try to get the ball out of his hands, force the Gophers to move it around a little bit.
Adams looking for some help,
Nice
trapped in the corner.
Defense may have got him on the arm.
McGraw dumps it
Nice.
off. Harshbarger.
Oh,
How about that block
from the little guy.
Jack Michael? Listed at 5'10", playing like he's 6'10" in this one.
He's like, I don't care how tall you are.
I've had countless practices with that guy right there, and I've never seen him do that in my life.
He's
there
putting
you
that
go.
extra effort in today.
Sometimes these guys get a little chip on their shoulder, something to play for. Now Michael draws the assignment of guarding a teammate he
Took a step.
guarded in practice quite often, in an early turnover here. Coach Nerney up clapping his hands. He's excited.
Great defense from Jack Michael right there. He's a guy that Coach Nerney's going to look to bring some energy, and looks like he's doing that tonight.
Well, you think when Farley touches the ball, he's probably going to get the best out of whoever's guard. No matter who's on him, right?
Yeah.
They're going to bring the best.
Saw a big-time block on the other end as Wagner tried to put up the three. We get a foul on this end of the floor. Jack Michael will pick up the foul this time. That is the third team foul against Frankfort. Again, remember they changed this last year now too. You get 5 fouls in a quarter, and then you go to the free throw line, you shoot 2. No more one-and-one opportunities, excuse me. Of course you get and-ones if you make a bucket.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that rule. It's definitely a big change. I kind of preferred the one-on-one. It takes a lot of pressure off the free throw shooter late in the game.
Something we saw last night as Pete and I did the girls game with Clinton Prairie and Rossville. There was some really good free throw shooting in that one.
Absolutely.
Adams banging down low, off glass, can't get it to drop. A lid on the bucket early here.
Isaac Adams, had a nice step through, couldn't get it to drop. Oh, there's a travel. Oh, no, get the foul.
Right now, the Hot Dogs are starting to see the fouls mount. You got a foul on Kornman, Beardsley, Michael, and Wagner. 4 of the 5 starters all have at least one. Now, Coach Nerney did tell you, correct, Doug, that he may go 10 deep tonight.
Yeah, I talked to him before the game on Monday, and he mentioned that he's going to rotate in a lot of guys. So I would expect to see, you already see Charlie Beardsley in the game already, that he's going to bring in multiple guys tonight. Great physical defense from Frankfort there.
As Doug mentioned, Charlie Beardsley on the floor wearing jersey number 3. They're going to wave this one off, but a great drive and drawing the foul there from Michael anyway.
Yeah, I like the effort, the finish.
That foul was on Evan Smock. He checked in for the Gophers during a break. I missed that one. Get it into Kornman. 3 on the way from Beardsley. This one off the mark. Rebounded by Harshbarger. They get it to McGraw. He has all 6 of the Gophers' points until now. Good look-ahead pass to Curtin.
Coach Nerney not going to be happy with that transition defense. Just got lost behind them.
You know, and going back to those keys to victory, you mentioned Frankfort wanting to push the pace. It's because they don't want to have to set up and try to execute against this defense, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this defense has given them a lot of problems, as you can see right now. They're just not really getting any movement. The length of Prairie is really affecting them, their passing lanes as well.
We get a foul here. It's the second foul against Smock in his many trips down the floor. Taryn Emery, number 22, going to check into the game, the junior for the Hot Dogs. One of 9 juniors dressing on this varsity roster this year. Frankfort sent over their varsity roster, and they had 15 players on it.
Yeah.
That's great numbers, though.
Love to see it. It's a lot different than what the team looked like last year. So I expect them to play a lot of guys, as we mentioned. They got a lot of guys dressing.
Nice.
Good pass. They get it in. Adams able to finish, and the Hot Dogs are off the schneid. They get too early.
Great finish. Nice strong move down low. Pass was right on.
Harshbarger being hounded by Kornman. Get it to Curtin. Curtin, little up and under. Boy, that was pretty.
Woo.
Curtin's a guy Peckinpah is really high on. Going to be a guy to watch out for this year, having a breakout season.
Corman step back off the mark.
Kind of a quick shot there for the Hot Dogs. I'd like to see a little bit more, maybe setting something up, but it's been tough skating down on that end of the floor.
Alex Farley scored a lot of points for the blue and white in his career. He gets his first 2 here for the Gophers.
I think I may have heard a couple boos from the Frankfort student section there.
I remember in the 90s, we had a player from Frankfort transfer out to Clinton Prairie, and his name was Randy Dial. He's a relative of mine now, but they called him Soapy, and that was all they chanted the whole game long. Soapy Dial. Another traveling violation here on Farley.
Yeah, Farley got little happy feet there, took the step without putting the ball down.
You know, you know about the guys obviously in the blue uniforms, and maybe upset that Farley's not on their team this season. But for Alex, is there a little, butterflies and stuff in this game, right? This has got to be different for him too as well.
It's got to be. These are all the guys he's been playing with for the past 3 years that he was at Frankfort. So now that he's on the other side, especially in a rivalry game at the rival county school, it's got to be a little nerve-wracking because if he doesn't perform well, he's going to hear about it after the game.
For sure. McGraw will walk it up. The nice thing for Alex is he does come to a team that's well-equipped. They've got some star power, obviously, in McGraw, so he doesn't have to feel like he has to do too much tonight. It's an early 10-point lead here for the Gophers.
Yeah, McGraw down low, just using that height.
Wagner from the corner, and he loves the corner 3.
That was a pretty shot.
He's a guy that knocked down 21 threes last year for the Hot Dogs. We'd always find him in that corner. He loves sitting in that corner and knock down that 3.
And now you get a foul against McGraw here, an illegal screen. That'll be the first foul on McGraw.
I'm not sure if I love that call. I thought he was set there. I just thought it was a good hard screen, but Frankfort will take it.
If you need quality work from a qualified company, then look no further than Tornado Roofing. They offer free estimates, financing, and even handle insurance claims. Give them a call at 670-6440 or visit tornadoroof.com for more information. That is another player checking in here, Chino Valdez Mejia, wearing number 45 for the Hot Dogs. Ewing, the look ahead, goes to McGraw, can't get the dunk. Ewing back up and in.
Lost that one on the way up.
Nick Ewing, another guy that had played some time at Frankfort, I believe it was freshman year.
A lot of ties between these two schools, especially when you look along the family lines and the lineage. We'll discuss more of that as this game goes on. This one knocked out of bounds. I want to give a shout out to Mark Stoops down in Florida, always tuning in, a huge hot dog fan, but even when Frankfort's not playing, he'll check out some of these ISC broadcasts and watch the other county schools. So thanks for joining us, Mark, as always.
Yeah, Mark's a great guy. I love seeing him when he'd come up to Frankfort, when he makes a few trips every now and then, sit in practice and watch us. Very encouraging guy.
He's got some great Frankfort hot dog memorabilia, old school tickets, and just some really neat stuff that he's seen post on social media. You get another offensive foul here, another illegal screen. That one's going to be against Haynes.
Yeah, that's two like that. Gopher's going to have to adjust to that call right there.
Good job for Frankfort there, too, fighting through those screens, right, and making that obvious that they've got to get a hip out there to.
This is a game coming in. We've always studied the film. Prairie set some of the best screens you're going to face all season long. They love running off screens, getting McGraw open down in the paint. So you're going to have to fight through, and it's going to be physical, and it looks like Frankfort's ready for that tonight.
Ardente Dental offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand-new patient or you've been with them for years, they're here to serve you. Give them a call at 654-7222 or visit them online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. A turnover on that end of the floor leads to an Alex Farley 3 on this end.
Man.
Something I was very accustomed to seeing last year. Alex Farley knocked down tons of threes. When he gets hot, he gets hot. So Frankfort's got to run him off the line tonight.
That one nearly a kickball. We get a whistle behind the play. Looks like they're going to call a foul on Jack Michael here.
Maybe just for the hand on the back or something. That's a couple now.
It's like 2 free throw attempts will head your way. While Ewing shoots the first one, tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Ginda Funeral Home with locations in Frankfort, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Ginda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on the services and community involvement at Day and Ginda Funeral Home, make sure you visit dayandginda.com. At Day and Ginda, we put family first. Ewing got the first free throw to drop. He'll go 2 for 2 in this trip. So 4 quick points here in the first quarter for Nick Ewing, and right now it is a 19-5 affair.
Frankfort's going to have to weather the storm. It's really tough to do with how talented this Prairie team is, but they're going to have to get some buckets here soon.
Chino.
And that'll help.
How about that drive to the bucket from Chino?
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot. I love the strong move. I mean, he just went in. He took care of business. Love that. Need a lot more of that from the hot dogs.
Good spin move. McGraw in the lane. Tried to draw contact and couldn't.
Got to go. Got some numbers.
Quarter's going to run out on Frankfort. After 19-7 is your score. We'll step aside when we come back. More basketball heads your way right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Our score after 19-7. Clinton Prairie on top of Frankfort. Start of our second quarter tonight brought to us by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, formed almost 20 years ago. Healthy Communities of Clinton County remain committed to the community by offering programs geared toward a healthier tomorrow with focus on overall health, mental health, substance abuse disorders, and reducing teen pregnancy. The goal is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. First quarter action, Doug, what stood out to you?
The physicality on both sides of the ball. Frankfort's been playing physical, but it seems like Prairie was ready for it more, sent hard screens and getting McGraw the ball down low.
Frankfort will have the basketball here to start things off first. Get it into Corman. Pete, what did you like about what the Gophers were able to accomplish there in the first quarter?
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't really about what the Gophers were doing. It was the turnovers, the unforced turnovers from the Frankfort Hot Dogs. A lot of mistakes there. If they clean that up, I think this game's a little bit tighter.
You got a turnover right there as Frankfort gives the ball back. So empty possessions kind of hurting the Hot Dogs here early on in this one. Farley with the basketball. At the screen from Haynes. On a little weave out top.
Oh.
Here comes the lob.
Oh, they had that set up awful nice.
That was a good-looking play. Curtin there was looking for the flush.
Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, you just mentioned those turnovers. Frankfort's very careless with the ball right now. This zone is really, they're really struggling finding areas to get inside here on the zone, just kind of passing it around top.
Yeah, some of those passes not as crisp as what you'd like to see. Hit that.
Ooh. That shot just off the mark. That was Beardsley letting a three go there. A little bit of clock malfunctions here on our end. We'll get that fixed for you. It's 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's early on in the season. We don't get a pregame, right? Little preseason scrimmage action for the broadcast crew as well. Harshbarger's three rattles home. And that's something, another weapon that the Gophers are able to add there, that third head to this monster that you got to watch out for.
That's what I think. Number 15 could be the X factor for Prairie this year, you know. He's got the ability to score. You know he can shoot the three.
And, Doug, you were actually the one that reminded me that he was one that hurt you guys quite a bit last year. He hit 4 threes.
Yeah, you put so much attention on McGraw, and now you have to worry about Farley as well. That Harshbarger kind of gets lost in that scouting report, and you focus so much double teaming McGraw that, like you saw, he gets open for a 3 at the top of the key there.
Harshbarger last year in double figures, over 10 points per game, shot 37% from the three-point line and 55% from the field. So.
Well, you know, what's good about that, too, is if you get a guy who's got an off night, right, or gets into some foul trouble, you're hoping that that's the guy that's going to step up maybe and fill that gap for you.
Saw a player there go into the legs of McGraw a little low. Looks like he's all right. Limped it off there for a second. Jack Michael going to check in for Frankfort.
Doug, you talk about being that person, you know, that the coach goes to when he says, hey, I want you to go out there and you're gonna play against the best guy. You're gonna guard that guy. Yeah. What's that preparation like for you? How do you prepare yourself to do that? You probably got like maybe three days, sometimes 2 days to get ready. And
yeah, I mean it's really difficult when you're playing a Friday, Saturday, and all you have is that Saturday morning. But for a game like this, you know way ahead of time that you watch film for probably about a week on McGraw,
right.
Seeing what he likes to go to, trying to force him to his left because he likes to go to his right a lot. And you know he's going to be physical, so you kind of have to match that physicality without fouling him.
Right.
Do you mark hot zones and places he likes to get to on the floor and try to keep him from getting there as well?
Yeah, the coaches kind of give you those where he likes to get, like that right block is where he likes to get to a lot. If he gets to that right block, you're in trouble. I think he drew 3 fouls on me on that right block last year. And so trying to get in his way in the screen, not letting him get off that screen is the biggest thing. And Frankfort's really struggled doing that tonight.
Inbound here, they go over the top to McGraw. Puts the ball on the floor. Good drop-down defense there from Wagner. As the team kind of double-teamed and rotated over, Wagner did exactly what he needed to do. Hot Dogs moving the basketball around. Michael's pull-up jumper.
How about
splash.
Woo! That's a jump shot he's been working on a lot. Was doing it a lot last year in the JV basketball games he played. Off the three-point line, dribble mid-range shot. He's very effective with that. And he gets a steal here.
The throw ahead, Beardsley. To Woods, out to Michael. Back-to-back buckets for Jack Michael.
Nice.
There's that transition Coach Nerney was wanting to talk about. You saw Prairie couldn't get set in that 3-2 zone. Frankfort gets a wide-open 3 top the key.
Full timeout taken. We're going to take a look at these last 2 buckets from Jack Michael.
Just get the taste of the one. That's it. You don't get the. It's all good. It's all good. Great job, Frankfort, that time though, forcing CP into a timeout there, feeling like the momentum was starting to go the Hot Dogs' way. And, yeah, you're right, beating them down the floor, not letting them get set up in that defense. That's great for them. I think they need to continue to push the tempo in their favor.
Yeah, that's a key Coach Nerney was talking about. He thinks Frankfort's a lot faster than Prairie down the floor. So he thinks if they can beat them down the floor, they're not going to be able to get set up in that. And it's true. When I was a sophomore, we had a coach that loved to play zone defense. And getting in your zone defense is really hard to do during transition.
Right.
Tonight's game brought to us by Mulberry Telecommunications. They want to be the first to welcome you to the Fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offer super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net or call 296-2885 for more information. For Jake McGraw going into this senior season, and we're going to see them quite a bit on our airwaves this season. He is currently number 3 on the all-time scoring list for boys basketball in Clinton Prairie history, sitting behind Cale Morris. Jake McGraw came in tonight with 13.99. Cale Morris at 15.62. The all-time leading scorer is Jordan Brewer at 18.67. So 468 points behind But the last 2 years, Jake McGraw's been well over 500 points, even had 600 points in his sophomore year. So odds are this young man might leave school as the #1 all-time leading scorer.
Frankfurt's got to reverse the ball there. They've kept it on one side too much and got lucky there with the turnover. But on Frankfurt's offensive side, to beat this zone, you've got to move the ball, make their defense move, and you can find those holes in the middle.
Clinton Prairie rebounded really well that first quarter, too. So this one, it looks like that Frankfurt's actually going after it just a little bit more. You know, I think they realize that. And one and done, they're trying to get that extra shot if they miss one.
Isaac Adams trying to get the 3 to go. Young man that shot 50% from the three-point line last year. He didn't take a ton, but, man, when you hit half, you might want to take a few more, right? This shot rattles out. We get a whistle. Let's see what the call is.
I got somebody down low.
Got a foul down low on the box out. They grabbed too much jersey, I believe.
The foul's going to be on Jackson Woods. Inbound play. Goes to Haynes. Haynes.
Oh, nice.
Glass. Hunter Haynes with his first field goal tonight.
Oh, boy,
that
another.
One through the hands of Beardsley.
Not the best place to pick up the dribble. Tough. Got to have somebody come back, though, and kind of help you out, right?
This shot up.
Oh, my goodness.
Center. Evan Smock knocks down the 3. Frankfort trying to find some offense on this end. That defense is hounding.
Going to get the hands. Nope, jump ball.
They'll give possession to the Gophers. Re-entering for Clinton Prairie is Nick Ewing.
That's a triple team down there on.
They did. Jackson Woods is a guy that hasn't played high school basketball at all. Came out his senior year. So if they're getting the ball to him in the post is probably not the greatest idea for Frankfort tonight.
Well, those
Tough
guys,
spot to be
he's
in.
out there for the size and the toughness, right?
Right, yeah.
I saw the team picks, the player pick, man. He's getting the flex on, and he's got like little mini Hulk Hogan muscles there. Jackson spent some time in the weight room.
He looks like a football player.
He is. He was one of my offensive linemen,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
When you look at him right there, it looks like he could be a running back or a linebacker, right?
Yeah.
You definitely got the muscles.
He's going to pick up his second foul in as many trips down the floor, so he'll check out. Wagner comes out as well. Beardsley comes back into the game for Frankfort.
That momentum, man, it just shifted so quick with the Gophers. You felt that the Hot Dogs made that run, a couple big shots. And then all of a sudden the Gophers go on a run.
Yeah, great response from Clinton Prairie and great timeout by Peckinpah to calm his team down.
Harshbarger at 3, got it to go, and man, the arc is heating up for these Gophers right now.
Good move, get in there. Love the big guy driving to the hoop. Draw some of those fouls.
Isaac Adams going to earn a trip to the line. At the Farmers Bank, we like helping everyone grow. We've drawn over 140 years of history to honor the principles of personal connection and individual attention that have been there since the founding in 1876. And that's why you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Isaac Adams, his first trip to the free throw line this season. He leaves that one a little short.
Adams is actually a pretty good free throw shooter, at least he was last year. Really solid for a big guy. See if he gets the second one to go in.
That looked like a little flat right in, like not much movement in the knees there. Maybe a little tired. Just getting it going. Looks much better. Oh.
Shot at around 70% last year. Goes 0 for 2 here in his first attempts on this season. Farley, nice crossover. Hits the spin cycle and scores.
Mercy. What a move.
Farley's got 7 here in the first half for the Gophers. Kornman, 3. I'm going to miss everything.
One thing that you got to think about what comes into play is Frankfort plays in Case Arena just about every single day. And now they're in a gym like Clinton Prairie. But I was talking to Coach Nerney before this, and he says they haven't practiced in Case Arena in about 2 weeks. Been practicing in the auxiliary gym, trying to get ready for this game. But the depth perception here is just so much different. That wall is so close behind the rim there.
Now, that is wild, because that's something I never would have even thought about. But I totally agree with you, yeah.
Every time we had a road game, we would practice in that auxiliary gym just because nothing can compare to Case Arena. There's no depth perception is going to be like that.
Yeah, you go to Central Catholic, and I mean, that wall's, it's right there, man, you know.
Another three from Jack Michael there. He's got 8 points all here in the second quarter. And we get a foul on Kornman. I believe that's number 2, unless I missed one.
Frankfort needs to run something here and let Jack get another shot.
I did miss one. That's number 3 against Kornman. That'll send Ewing to the free throw line.
Expect Kornman to come out here.
First miss on the night for Ewing. Attention, all engaged couples, discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside Frankfort, Indiana, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. Provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. Start planning your unforgettable day. Visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. Ewing 1 for 2 on that trip. It is an 18-point lead right now for the Gophers.
Very physical defense from Prairie here. Frankfort struggling moving the ball.
Michael gets into the lane, finds Wagner. Wagner's 3,
Wow.
got it to go.
The catch and release there was a tough catch to get that ball out as quick as he did. That's impressive.
Kind of caught it up high, too.
Yeah.
You know, now you got to bring it down low, get your shot off.
Gage Kuzmic thought about the 3. The sophomore checked in here. McGraw's been quiet for a few minutes. He gets this in. McGraw in double figures with 10. Go ahead, Doug.
McGraw is capable of shooting the three-pointer, but he's only shot 1 tonight. He loves to get inside, and if Frankfurt's not going to be able to keep him out tonight, it might be a blowout.
17-point lead in this one. Make sure you stay tuned with us at the half. We'll have our Day in Ginda Funeral Home halftime show. Let's give you our thoughts here on the first half of action. We'll show you highlights.
Got to get something.
Maybe even get you some scores from around the area. McGraw on the steal. Ahead to Kuzmic. Back to McGraw. Can't finish, but it'll earn a trip to the line, and it'll be another foul on Adams.
Boy, had a guy open in the corner on that last one.
Well, they gave it to Jack Michael. I think that they meant to say 44 there.
I believe it was on Jack Michael in transition.
Okay. That's number 3 on Jack, so
yeah, he's going to take a seat.
Him and Kornman both in foul trouble now. McGraw gets the free throw to drop.
Oh, mercy.
Chance to get a bucket here.
Another jump ball. Possession will remain with Frankfort here on this end. Frankfort wants to take a timeout and talk this over with 35 seconds to go before the half. You get a good look inside the huddle of Clinton Prairie High School, head coach Chad Peckinpah. You see that tall gentleman there with, I'll call that gray hair.
Are you going to say gray hair? I figured that's what you got.
That is old Rusty Doyle. He was on that 1982 sectional championship team. Pete, you said you were a freshman.
I probably was, yeah.
Back in the day over at Case Arena.
I forget, 8th grade freshman. I don't know.
Got the Prairiettes, the dance team here, celebrating tonight, trying to get the fans into this one. But for old Russ Doyle, had a great high school career. Then went over and played at Miami of Ohio. collegiately. He's been back here, and now he's got a really mean golf game.
We had Russ Doyle. We had in volleyball, Marianne Smith. Remember watching her walk through the halls, and some of the tallest,
Sure.
short guy anyways, right? But, yeah, Russ is a super nice guy, and, man, he loves what he's doing over at Clinton Prairie.
Out of the timeout, they drew up a look for Wagner. His three comes up short. They get it ahead to Farley, finishes with the left hand.
Tough spot.
Turnover here.
Man.
They get it ahead. Farley, little Euro step.
Oh, really?
They calling for the travel.
I didn't quite see it. It kind of looked like it, but I
have to take a look at that.
Yeah. See again here.
Oh, he did take 3. Good call.
I'm so used to NBA basketball. That wasn't a travel in the NBA.
I tell you what, man, the defense is swarming.
The tough thing for Frankfort here, and I have experienced these past 3 years I played varsity, coming out in your first game playing against a zone like this is really tough. And it's a rivalry game. Prairie's always ready to go. And I think that offensively they're just struggling right now, figuring out how to work around it.
McGraw's last second attempt off the mark. That's going to take us to the half. And right now, it is a 20-point lead for the Clinton Prairie Gophers, 38-18. Stay tuned. Our halftime show heads your way next right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Mulberry Telecommunications would like to apologize this holiday season. You see, we may have made our fiber optic internet too fast and too reliable, which isn't really a problem for any of our members. However, we fear that once Santa stops at a home in a Mintel fiberhood for milk and cookies, and he finds out that he can binge watch and stream all of his holiday favorites over gigabit speeds with no buffering, well, the only thing slow this holiday season might just be Santa. For more information on our fiber internet packages or Mintel services, visit mintel.net. Welcome to the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. From the moment you arrive on the property, you'll notice every detail is finely crafted to provide you with the dream wedding you've always dreamt about. From carriage and trolley rides to breathtaking aerial views via our hot air balloon, the Willow Creek Barn offers unforgettable moments that will last you a lifetime. For more information about our packages and availability, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Davis Comfort Solutions.
At Davis Comfort Solutions Heating and Cooling, the name says it all. Davis Comfort Solutions will keep you comfortable all season long with 2 locations, Fowler and Colfax. They service most of central Indiana.
We've got the air necessities, great service and efficiencies, bringing peace and comfort to your life.
DavisComfortSolutions.com.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And, Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Welcome you back to Clinton Prairie High School at the half. Our halftime show tonight brought to us by Dayton Ginda Funeral Homes, where they put family first. Saw some brand new commercials that debuted here on the air this evening. Those were shot by Frankfort's radio TV program and Richard Salee, so shout out to them for taking care of our sponsor and getting to go out and film some commercials. That's some cool stuff. You were part of that last year, Doug, as well.
I was, yeah. It's really cool getting some networking opportunities, getting some hands-on experience, making an impact. So
let's talk about the first half of action here. Clinton Prairie with a 20-point lead so far. If you're in the locker room right now and you are head coach Jake Nerney, Doug, what are you telling the troops?
Keep your heads up. I mean, we knew this was going to be a tough game coming in. You got McGraw and Farley. But you're not completely out of this game. The way Wagner and Jack Michael can hit three-pointers, I mean, you can get back into this game. Just got to get stops. One play at a time. You can't. There's no 20-point play. Play by play, get back in this game.
And so turnovers have been a key, obviously, for Frankfort. They've not taken care of the basketball very well. Is that more of Frankfort's unraveling, or is that Prairie's defense tonight, Pete? What do you think?
Right now, I mean, a lot of those turnovers came in that first quarter. Those were a lot of unforced turnovers. You know, some bad passes in there. They cleaned it up a little bit in that second quarter and made a nice little run towards Prairie there. But I think most of those turnovers, I don't think were really forced turnovers by Clinton Prairie as much as just self-inflicted.
Not a ton of scoring for Frankfort. Jack Michael's got 8, Lucas Wagner with 6. That really is the bulk of the scoring here tonight. Isaac Adams, our player to watch here tonight from Frankfort, just 2 points there in that first half. And then we saw a nice play from Chino Valdez Mejia. Came in off the bench, went right to the bucket, scored, and then he checked back out, and we ain't seen him since. We need to get him back on the floor. That was a good-looking play from him. On the other side for the Gophers, they're led right now from Jake McGraw. There's some balanced scoring there. McGraw's got 11, Farley with 9 so far in his Prairie debut, Harshbarger with 6, Nick Ewing with 5. You've got 3 from Evan Smock and then 2 apiece for both Nick Curtin and Hunter Haynes. So balanced scoring, a lot of people getting involved there for the Gophers. Doug, you know, you had the task of guarding Jake McGraw a year ago, and I already asked you earlier what makes him so special, what makes him so hard to guard, but 11 points in this first half, and by all, I mean, from a lot of people watching, it was a quiet 11, was it not? I mean,
yeah, that first quarter he came out, I think he had maybe their first 6 points.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of been, they've drawn so much attention to McGraw. You saw Harshbarger get 2 threes, and Farley now has 9 points. The attention he's drawing is going to help Farley and Harshbarger score not only tonight but throughout the season.
Yeah, you're starting to see the assist numbers come up. That's not a stat I have in front of me, but I know from the PA, I've heard enough times that they've said assist McGraw after a bucket made from another Gopher. And so you love the fact that he's not shy. He will definitely share the basketball with his teammates if you're open, right?
The balance scoring more than anything for Clinton Prairie, right? You know, that's what we talked about this earlier, you know, about where Jake McGraw stands at, you know, on how many points, you know, he's going to need this year to take this next step. Yeah. And again, when you look at it right here with the balance scoring that they got and so many people getting in that, you know, you got Farley now, you got Harshbarger step up, you know, maybe he doesn't get 25 points, but maybe they're a better team because, again, they got the balanced scoring.
Yeah, and you got to think, though, he had 11 in the first half. If he gets another quiet 11 in the second, that's still 22.
That's still 22.
And you're still on pace to break it because
Yep.
he needs to average 21.3 points per game over the 22 guaranteed games that Prairie has on their schedule right now, right? There's a tournament in the middle of the season that could lead to some more games there. Obviously, that's if they only played 1 game in the postseason. But 22 games on the schedule as it stands, needs to average 21.3 points per game to catch Jordan Brewer and become the all-time leading scorer. What's really cool is let's talk about 6 degrees of separation. Without Kevin Bacon, let's just talk about Clinton Prairie and Frankfort a little bit here, right? So Pete's got some family lineage going back in the day. Had a family member at Frankfort with the last name of Lipson. He shut down the Big O back in the day.
Yeah.
In the high school. Oscar Robertson got shut down.
Yeah. Held him to the lowest points he scored in his high school career, I believe. Yeah. Don't ask me what that number is. I've saw a newspaper article years and years ago. I probably have it in my desk in there somewhere from his son, Keith. And, I'd love to – we'll have to find that sometime and you know, show it.
I know in the history of Frankfort hot dogs basketball, there's a book that I got that Rush McCauley put together a few years ago. I've seen that Lipset name in there quite a bit from back in the day, so I'll have to dig that out as well and bring it in. And
how cool is that? You know, Oscar was there and playing in Frankfort, right? You know, that's awesome, man.
Shut him down. And then you go over here and you talk about McGraw at Frankfort. His mom is Andy Foster's sister. Andy Foster is the all-time leading scorer in Frankfort history. His grandfather is Mike Foster. Now, Mike only played 2 years of varsity at Frankfort High School, but he's second all-time in points per game. So he only got to play in 49 total games, was just under 1,000 points in his career. And so, you know, that's a pretty cool little family lineage there. If McGraw makes a run at number one, that family could have number one at Clinton Prairie and number one at Frankfort. That's 2 of the 4 county schools. Pretty cool stuff. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll show you some highlights here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
We welcome you back here at the half at Clinton Prairie High School, 38-18 your score. Let's take a look at a few of those first half highlights. Again, it was the Gophers that got started early on, but Jack Michael from Frankfort was really their standout shooter, man. He got some rhythm going, Doug.
He did. Jack Michael was a player that Coach Nerney's really high on, and he's shown why tonight. Has played some really good basketball, especially in that second quarter.
And, Pete, it was balanced scoring on the Gophers side of the basketball, and, man, we've seen 3 or 4 different players hit threes for them tonight.
Right. Jake McGraw lead the way, but then they just started everybody. It's kind of that contagious thing, right? One guy hits, next guy steps up, and then pretty soon everything's going their way. That was a beautiful move right there. I love that move by Farley right there. Getting in the little spin, kind of froze the defender. There's another great shot.
That was another shot from Jack Michael, and that was our final highlight of the first half as we roll right into the second half. Man, this game is moving along here tonight. 38-18. Clinton Prairie on top of Frankfort as we get ready to go in the second half. I want to say congratulations to the family of Wilbur Cummins. He will be inducted as the 63rd men's induction class into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Wilbur played at Frankfort High School back in the 1920s and helped lead Frankfort to the 1925 state championship. Jake McGraw hits that 3 there to get the scoring going here in the second half for Frankfort. That's his first triple tonight.
Nice pick. Right there, great finish.
Jack Michael.
Great move.
Man, I tell you what, Jack has come ready to play.
Jack listed at 5'10". He's not letting size be a factor here tonight. He's playing pretty darn big for these hot dogs. There's a putback from Harshbarger working the offensive glass.
It's been tough here. Hot dogs are not able to get a stop down on this end of the floor.
Wagner loves that 3. Quick trigger, couldn't get it to go. Over to Kornman. It's been
Deep
quiet
one
tonight.
Wow.
Jack.
He is feeling it.
Michael is on fire right now.
Just keep giving it to that young man. Find a way to get him open.
Last year, saw spot minutes on the varsity, averaged under 1 point per game. Tonight, 13 points in his varsity starting debut.
That was a great pass, Sean.
Alex is a great passer. He led our team in passing last year, one of the top in the Sagamore Conference. Really underrated part of his game.
Right, vision right there was phenomenal.
Michael with a great read on the defense that time. A good pass from Adams. And then a foul here on Wagner.
Yeah, get the cheapie.
You could tell he was feeling that. He shot that one with confidence.
The heat checker.
You love it when the rim starts to just look huge out
Looking
there.
like
You
an
know,
ocean,
hey,
yeah.
this one's going in. Farley dribbles it back out here. Get some help. He'll come back and reset the offense. Little downhill dribbling. Nice move to the bucket. Able to finish.
Really under control there. You saw just patient, really patient, waiting for the screen, got to the rim easily.
Felt like the head fake, a little bit of a head fake, draw them off their feet.
Good rebound from Cornman down low in the putback. That's his first field goal here tonight. Athletic play. 47-25 the score.
Ooh. Might have got away with a walk there. Fortunate.
Letting them battle a little bit there. Oh, had him wide open.
Looking ahead to Beardsley.
Missed him.
Pass came just a little late. They find Adams. He steps into a three. No. Just got a message sent to me as Farley pulls up here. Leaves that one a little short. Mark Stoops said he thinks that Big O only had 10 points in that game.
Oh, really?
Going back. So, and I trust Stoops. He's if there's anybody who knows a lot about Frankfort high school sports, it's definitely Mark.
I don't know, I don't know too much about the whole conversation. His son Keith, if he was around still, he could have told us about it, that's for sure. But I know that he was very proud that he got to play against Oscar, and that was his claim to fame, right? I don't know if he scored much or what, but pretty neat. My mom was cheerleader over at Frankfort,
Dan
years
Dockett
ago.
just made an entire career off of being the guy who shut down Michael Jordan, right? There's a good putback from the big guy down low from Frankfort, Adams.
Right on. I got you there.
Frankfort's offense has looked much more effective in the second half.
I agree.
Timeout taken here. That allows us to thank our sponsors on our broadcast here this evening. We want to thank the South Fork restaurant, where you can dine in or carry out. South Fork is known for daily lunch and dinner specials, fresh, never frozen whole catfish, hand-battered tenderloins, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen's open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Join them at 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, or visit southforkpub.com for the latest menu options.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with what Doug said. That offense looks a little bit more in tune to what's going on. Passes seem to be a lot better. Not as many turnovers. Just got to get something going on that defensive end, man. I tell you what, Gophers have been hard to stop.
It's a good look inside the Frankfort huddle there. Head coach Jake Nerney in his first year here at Frankfort. But I can tell you, for all intents and purposes, when chatting with him through email this week, I don't think that this is going to be a short stint. I think that Coach Nerney is here and here to set some roots and really dig in at Frankfort. And he even says that, when talking about his players and his staff, he's built a great staff, guys that have been around the Frankfort program for a long time, that are dug in and they're buying in. And he even says that, I have an awesome staff and we will be with the program for many years.
Got to like hearing that. Yep.
Yeah, that's one question I asked him when I got to sit down and talk with him was, we've had 4 coaches now in 4 years. Do you plan on, staying with the program? And without no hesitation said, I plan on staying here for a while. So good to hear.
Coach Nerney familiar with ISC Sports Network, as he was an assistant coach for the Marion Knights for quite some time. Was at UIndy, a UIndy grad assistant. Spent a year at Bethel, went over to Marion for about 4 years, and then was at St. Mary's of the Woods here in Indiana before making his trek to Frankfort. It's his first head coaching job at the high school level.
Oh.
Farley on the drive, can't get it to go. And then Haynes secures the rebound, and he's fouled. Isaac Adams is going to pick up his first foul here this evening. I tried to give him one earlier.
Ooh, that's way too low. Give it to Jake.
And now a jump ball here. You got to love the effort down low.
Yeah.
In talking with Coach Nerney, he said, I wish I had more players like Isaac Adams. He's straight A student, does anything that you ask him. His teammates love him. Just one of those guys that, the team loves to be around.
Yeah, I can tell you that from experience. One of the best teammates I've ever had. Positive, comes in every day, ready to work. Whatever the coaches ask of him, he's willing to do.
Cornman looking to inbound here. Frankfort trailing by 22. Obviously, tomorrow's Turkey Day, little Thanksgiving action. I'm not going to lie, I'm not as excited as I've been in years past because just had gallbladder surgery and a hernia repaired, so I don't know that I can stuff myself as much as I would love to. Back on the mend. But I'm definitely going to try at least a spoonful of everything.
Right, yeah. Pace yourself, right? You know,
right.
Baby steps.
Gophers get it into McGraw. McGraw finds a shooter in the corner. That was Smock, his 3 off the mark. Curtin says, I'll try one. No. McGraw on the follow dunk. Can't get it to drop. Working the glass.
Frankfurt's got to get a rebound here. Too many opportunities.
This possession brought to you by Windex is the Clinton Prairie Gophers are cleaning the glass here on the offensive end.
Right on.
Possession will stay here with the Gophers as well. Sandra Myers Law is dedicated to providing top-notch legal services to clients in Tippecanoe County and the surrounding areas. Call 838-8700 to schedule a free consultation today. Farley plays through the contact there. Good job of going straight up by Adams and not drawing that foul.
Yeah, rip that one down. See if the Hot Dogs get something going here now.
Looking for help. They
get
a
nice.
good back
Nice
cut.
pass.
And Wagner's able to finish. I'll tell you, you can tell at times with this Frankfort team that there's not a ton of experience on the floor playing together at a varsity level as McGraw scores. But what you do see is you see those moments where you can tell this is an intellectual group that's buying into what coach is teaching. We get a foul here.
Took him right to the chest.
Isaac Adams going to pick up the foul.
Looking like potentially could have been a dirty play from Adams. Right to the chest of McGraw.
Tough one to take, yeah.
Like we said, I mean, these two teams don't like each other.
You expect a rivalry game to be physical as well.
Right, yeah. I just think it's definitely a good hard play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any
yeah.
ill intent there, but it was a hard play, that's for sure.
Ewing had a nice first half of action for the Gophers. Quiet here in the third quarter so far.
Good block.
How about that block from Beardsley? Beardsley down the lane. Can't finish on this end.
Still, I love the effort the Hot Dogs are putting in. God, I mean, they are hitting everything from beyond the arc.
Nick Curtin knocks down a 3.
Double, yeah.
Now we get a traveling violation on this end with Wagner.
Boy, he could taste that one too, right? As soon as he saw that player jump, he's like, this one's mine. I don't know if you got
Adams
this.
is going to come out here for Frankfort, get a break.
Stats for the three-pointers, Sean, for the Gophers. But, man, they got to be hot out there tonight. I mean.
They've hit 6 3-pointers as a team so far. And it's been spread around. It's not been just one player. There's 4 or 5 players knocking down those 6 threes. So,
boy, it seems like they've had more than that, doesn't it? I mean, just the way they've shot.
They get Farley for another traveling violation.
I believe that's his third tonight. It's one of those tough ones where you want to get going, but you got to put the ball down before you move your feet.
Such a silly rule.
Oh!
There's a 3 from the corner. Charlie Beardsley gets one to drop. His first field goal here tonight. I like the fight in Frankfort, definitely not going away. Ewing, no, and then Kornman draws a foul here. Tonight's game brought to you by those Frankfort Eagles, post number 976. They've been serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. They'll also be part of our postseason, as our player of the game will be presented by the Frankfort Eagles here this evening.
I tell you, I think a victory here for Frankfort is in the third quarter here is get this thing under 20. See if they can't do that.
Got Michael down in the corner. Turley didn't see him.
Beardsley going to the bucket, draws the foul. Like the aggressiveness there is being overplayed defensively. Get that defender on your hip and go to the bucket.
Yep.
Beardsley's pretty quick. He's got some quick feet.
Yeah, I was telling Sean before the game, he is one of the most talented freshmen I've ever played against in practice. Really talented guy, just has a lot of development still to go. But if he develops like he could be a really big player for Frankfort this year.
Yeah, you're seeing him here, obviously early on in his sophomore year, earning a ton of time. And that's only going to continue to grow if he continues to play like this. You know, it wasn't that long ago that we were talking about McGraw as a freshman and sophomore, and, you know, you had those hills and valleys with him as well. And, you know, these younger players from Frankfort, man, it'll be fun to watch them grow. We get a foul here on Wagner as he's leaning on McGraw. They're starting to tighten it up, but I think they're wanting to just make sure they stay in control of the game. I don't necessarily always like it.
Yeah, that's kind of a weak. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm not a.
As a defender that's going to guard a guy like Jake McGraw, if you're going to call a touchy foul like that, you make it almost impossible to guard him.
There you go.
Chino back into the game there, wearing number 45 for Frankfort. A foul here on Michael on the closeout.
It's a good call.
That was definitely a bump.
Hey, like you always do. You always shake your head no after they call the foul, no matter if it was clear or not.
It's definitely been an emphasis, obviously, as they want to protect the three-point shooters. And now the official is having a conversation with McGraw, telling him to knock it off. So we're starting to see it get chippy, a little talking going on out here.
This game always gets like this from experience, but normally not when a team has this big of a lead.
McGraw knocks down the free throw. He's got 17 points here this evening. Just 4 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I believe he's got another one, yeah.
I'll say I thought it was a three-point attempt. Number 5 for Frankfort just checked in. That's Kiefer Dooley. New name. I love the shoes, man. Those are pretty cool.
Transfer from Southmont. His dad was a coach at Southmont and transferred over here to coach football and basketball here at Frankfort, so came with him.
That shot, good if it goes. It does not. We'll head to the fourth quarter, 57-32 your score. Clinton Prairie on top of Frankfort. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter here at Clinton Prairie High School. The Gophers with a 57-32 lead over Frankfort. Our fourth quarter tonight brought to you by Tornado Roofing. siding and gutters. If you need quality work from a qualified company, then look no further than Tornado Roofing. They offer free estimates, financing, and even handle your insurance claims. Give them a call, the number you see on your screen, or you can visit tornadoroof.com for more information. We also want to thank FiberHawk, now available. FiberHawk fiber internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business in Frankfort. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable FiberHawk. Gophers start out with possession here in the fourth quarter. They also have a 25-point lead right now. It's been 3 straight victories against Clinton Prairie. Farley gets the scoring going here in the fourth. By all intents and purposes, looks like it's going to be victory number 4 in a row. Barring a comeback here from Frankfort. Frankfort owns the season or the series since 1993, though 25-7. It's a series that was really dominated from Frankfort for quite some time, and now Gophers best in the hot dogs here the last few years. McGraw, pull-up jumper in the lane, gets it to go, and he's got 21.
It's one of those situations you see with how the transfers can work now in high school basketball as well, that these 1A schools are becoming a lot better than they might have been in the past. These schools are very competitive and able to compete with the 3 and 4A schools.
You know, a lot of times the families are moving into different areas, or they're getting their kids into a school system early on, because you still have those rules and laws where the IHSAA can shut it down if it's just for athletic reasons, you know, if someone transfers. But there are quite a few players in the county schools in Clinton County that family lives in Frankfort, kids go to a county school, and you know, it's just kind of become the norm anymore. McGraw knocks down another jumper. He's got 23.
There you go. Right up above that average, right? That we said that he needed to be at. And again, a quiet. You know, I would never even said he had 23.
Wagner's 3 from the corner. No. McGraw skies for the rebound.
Traveled up.
Yep. Burton going to travel. And the one thing I wish I had was complete stats in front of me, because McGraw's got quite a few rebounds here this evening. And then again, he's been on the assisting end of some buckets. You know, I hate to say, I feel like he's flirting with a triple-double, but he very well could be. I just don't have that information.
He's played a great game tonight.
A foul here, and I think Farley's going to pick this one up on Michael. Just the first foul on Farley here this evening. 3 from Beardsley.
Beardsley's like, hey, nobody's out here. I'm just going to take it.
Good-looking shot from Charlie. He's got 6 points here this evening. Farley, fancy dribbling, goes up against Adams, finishes with the left hand.
It was an impressive finish there.
Yeah. Tell you what, those practices when you have Alex Farley going against Kai Kirby, some of the greatest practice you see when they're going at it. The handles they have are just phenomenal, and you're seeing it tonight.
You know what I've seen this season so far out of Farley is a more aggressive attempt to get to the bucket.
Yep.
I saw him in Frankfort, you know, and for rightfully so. He chucked up a lot of threes. He's not taking very many three-point attempts here tonight. It's been a lot of going to the rim here. You wonder how much of that is him trying to attack and add some elements to his game versus maybe Peck and Paul challenging him a little bit to get there and score.
That's kind of what I think Peck has kind of pushed him to do that.
And I think him getting in the weight room, I know he's been in the weight room a lot. Him getting in the weight room is going to allow him to be able to drive like he is now.
Yep. Yeah, put that weight on, take that contact, and be able to finish.
And obviously the ball handling ability, huge here this evening. Showed off some fancy moves. Footwork.
Yep.
Wagner.
Well, that looked
that
good,
one
too.
Rattles in and out. McGraw pulls up. Comes on the floor.
Mercy
knocks down
sakes.
a 3. Good grief.
Yeah.
26 points for Jake McGraw.
No hesitation in that shot.
You can see very easily why so many schools are taking a look at Jake right now. IU Kokomo, Franklin, Judson, IU South Bend, Trine, Manchester, and others have all extended offers right now, and you got to think that that list is just going to continue to grow as the season goes along.
Be interested to see how long Peckinpah keeps his starters in. With the big lead, you don't want to risk an injury going in first game of the season.
Michael down the lane and one opportunity.
What a finish.
Jack Michael has played one heck of a game here tonight for these Frankfort Hot Dogs. He has 15 points, a career high, obviously, for Jack.
Yeah.
Chance to add to that at the free throw line here. Leaves it just a little short. Farley will slowly bring it up here for the Gophers. I almost said for the Hot Dogs. That would have been out of just getting used to that, right?
Yeah.
It's going to take some getting used to. Mulberry Telecommunications wants to be the first to welcome you to the fiber hood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offer super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net, or you can call 296-2885. Push ahead pass taken away by Kornman.
I know this game's getting a little out of hand, but you still want to see the fundamental basketball. It feels like it's getting a little sloppy.
That is the future coach in you, Doug.
There you go. I'd agree, too, on that. Yep.
We'll see. I'm kind of trying to stay on the broadcasting side, but whatever leads to what.
Beardsley's three, short off the mark. Even if it's just, you know, Boys and Girls Club, you get a youngster or one of your own here in the future. Yeah. I have a feeling that at some point in time, you're going to don the whistle and the whiteboard.
He's got Wagner right here. Good shot. He's struggled to find the range tonight. I think he's only hit a couple, but they'll fall. He's a great shooter.
You know, when you look at that, too, because that angle is dead set right in front of us. He didn't miss that one by much.
No.
Man, that looked good when he let it go, yeah.
69-37 score here. Game number one. The next game for these Frankfort Hot Dogs comes on November 30th. They got to go to Westfield, take on a 4A team that very talented basketball squad.
Yeah, the schedule does not get any easier for Frankfort this season. Added not just Westfield to the schedule, but Logansport. And just playing the Sagamore Conference is one of the toughest conferences in the state for the 3A level.
Beardsley goes airborne there. Good to see him get up, not hurt. Man, he was going to go for that block, and Haynes put the old pump fake on. Yeah, and looking at the schedule for Frankfort, too, they first three games on the road this season. Obviously here at Prairie, at Westfield, at Western. You get a foul here as McGraw's able to spin and score. Take another look at this one.
I think he's practiced that move maybe a few times.
And this free throw would put on the running clock.
3:46 to go, but you are correct.
When's the last time you've seen that in a Frankfort Clinton Prairie basketball game? It's been a while.
I don't know that it's ever happened, considering running clock just started a couple of years
true.
ago.
That is true.
McGraw missed the free throw. Obviously, the Gophers still doing a great job on this offensive end on the glass. Charlie Beardsley picks up his third foul.
Good steal from Corman there.
Corman heads the other way. Shot up, no good. Oh. Nice job of using his body to shield the defender, but couldn't finish. You know, and talking with Coach Peckinpah leading up to this one is now Farley gets a and one opportunity here.
Ooh, man.
Coach Peckinpah said, I really like what we have, the skill set and the players that we have on the offensive end. I think we can score with anybody. 73 points tonight says that. He did say, though, defensively, we're still trying to gel. I don't know that we're as good or as sound defensively as we've been in years past.
And I think you've seen that a bit tonight. Frankfort's had some open shots that they haven't hit. But for the most part, Clinton Prairie's been very sound defensively.
Jack Michael, that one rattles in and out. Wagner there for the rebound.
That height doesn't hurt him one bit either, you know, the height that he bring.
This three off the mark. McGraw with another rebound.
Nice hands.
Gets it to Farley. Farley, crossover in the lane. Has that one stripped last second.
Oh, my goodness.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Hopefully Lucas Wagner's okay. A couple of teammates trying to get used to each other on a fast break there. That one's thrown away. And obviously our thoughts here on the other end with Lucas Wagner is that did not look good. Looked like he rolled his ankle. And to your point, you said, I wonder how long Coach Peckinpah's going to go with his starting lineup. You see an injury happen on the floor, and immediately three guys from the Gophers get up to head to the other end. Attention all engaged couples, discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. Provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, just visit the Willow Creek Barn.com. We also want to thank Davis Comfort Solutions, where we understand that your comfort is important. That's why our team of highly experienced technicians will strive to be your go-to when it comes to your home, shop, or business's heating and cooling needs. For more information on financing and special offers, visit them online at daviscomfortsolutions.com. An injury timeout here as Lucas Wagner is tended to on the other end. Stay tuned to our Willow Creek Barn post-game show where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. That heads your way in about 2.5 minutes from now, and we will hand out our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game, although I bet that's going to be a tough decision to make here this evening, and I am being sarcastic, because we have seen a great showing from a player, quite a few players actually, but one that was a player to watch, and he showed us why once again here this evening.
Got the job done.
Kuzmic on the floor, Smock on the floor for the Gophers. You heard that ovation as Wagner was able to leave the floor for Frankfort. Ewing on the steal, they throw it ahead. Smock looking for a teammate, but he's going to travel first.
Yeah, kind of took a couple little steps there.
Now some substitutions here as Jake Swinford, number 22, comes in for the Gophers. Gabe Montalvo Soto checks in for Frankfort, seeing his first action here tonight. One of the 5 seniors on this Hot Dogs squad. You know, we talked about the Frankfort Hot Dogs and their upcoming schedule. The Gophers, they'll play their next 2 on the road. They go to Sheridan and to Seeger back-to-back nights on 12-6 and 12-7. So a little bit of a break between games 2 and 3, or between game 1 and 2, and then back-to-back with games 2 and 3. We'll have both of these teams on our airwaves again on December 13th. The Gophers will host Delphi that night. We'll have that one right here on ISC, as well as Frankfort will be in a varsity doubleheader against Tri-West, and that will be on the ISC Sports Network as well as part of our cooperation with Hot Dog TV Network. A little over 60 seconds to go. Gophers get another turnover. A foul on this end and able to finish. Evan Smock plays through contact.
Take a look at that push ahead.
That's Kiefer Dooley picking up the foul there, number 5. Obviously late in the game, you don't want to see anybody get hurt, but you like the hustle from Dooley there, right, Doug?
Yeah, you got to love it. I mean, I know this is not necessarily a close game, but you like to see that when a guy comes off the bench for the first time, going to make the hustle play, willing to put his heart on the floor.
Again, you saw the clock running there when the ball was out of bounds. That's because we're in a running clock scenario now. Maybe a favorable non-call there for the Hot Dogs. Look like an over and back. This one thrown out of bounds. It's the final 20 seconds now, tick off. Been a good opening night of basketball here on the network. Obviously, if you're a Gopher fan, you're leaving with a 40-point victory over the Frankfort Hot Dogs. You've started to establish some dominance now in this rivalry. 4 straight wins for the Gophers. Head coach Chad Peckinpah has come to the Gophers and kind of continued a culture change and tradition takeover here as the Gophers get the victory tonight, 77-37, the final. Pete, what about your final thoughts on this one?
And I'll be really curious to see how this Frankfort team improves over the rest of this season, right? Because the team we see, I think it's going to be totally different than that team we see at the end of the year come sectional time. So great game by the Gophers. Fantastic job doing what they needed to do to get the job done here at home against this rivalry.
Doug, your thoughts as well?
Yeah, I thought Prairie came out and executed really well. I was interested to see how Farley being the leading scorer on Frankfort last year and McGraw being the leading scorer obviously at Prairie, how they would mesh together, but I thought they played really well. As you saw, the scoring was very well balanced. McGraw kind of scored a lot at the end, but if Prairie plays like that all season long, they're going to be a tough team to beat.
For Frankfort, they were led in scoring by Jack Michael. He had 15 points tonight in that varsity starting debut. Also Lucas Wagner with 8 points. Those were the 2 big scorers for Frankfort. On the other side of the court, Alex Farley had 19 points in his Gopher debut, but our Clinton County player of the game brought to us by the Frankfort Eagles, none other than Jake McGraw. 28 points tonight, and he did it in all 3 levels of scoring. We saw him basically knock down threes. We saw him score in the post. We saw him get to the free throw line. Just a little bit of everything from Jake.
Yeah, McGraw, I mean, we talked about how tough this guy is to guard. He gets to his spot. He's a smart player. You see him coming off screens and getting the post up here. I mean, he's just a strong player, smart, knows where he's going to be, and he's going to knock down the shot.
You see the spin cycle there.
Nice
that was right
move.
towards the end. And, man, just showing off the full arsenal of plays. 77-37 your final. The Gophers get that first victory on the season. They're 1-0. Frankfort falls to 0-1. We'll see both of these teams again on our airwaves on December 13th. Make sure you tune in then. For Pete Gasho, for Doug Wood, and everyone behind the scenes here at ISC, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm Sean Walker. I hope you have a great evening and a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfort Eagles. Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair. If you haven't signed up for Mintel Fiber Optic Internet from Mulberry Telecommunications, then you're missing out. We have various packages to choose from and speeds up to a gig. Not to mention each package includes a Wi-Fi 6 wireless router and access to our Mintel Smart Home app, giving you complete control of your network backed by our award-winning customer service. Go ahead and dance till your heart's content in whatever reality you want, even if it's virtual. Mulberry